Now this will be a tutorial on how I draw the bigger girls. And we'll start with portrait. Next time it'll be body. Also be prepared. We drew her in this video and I love her. I love her in a way I can't explain. And I'm gonna ask if you love her as well. Prepare your answer. The first step will be to draw a circle. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it does need volume. So I'm gonna draw a different circle. This circle's not, see how this circle's a little bit wider, a little bit more full? Now we're going to make like a half circle, like a crescent. That's where the chin will be. Now split the face in half because that's where the eye line is. Now we will draw the eyes where I said, where you split it in half, the base of that is the eye line. If it seems like I'm going too fast, if it seems like I'm not explaining it good enough, I'm going to do this 4 or 5 times. Don't you worry. We will have examples. I will not leave you here to dry. The best part about this is if you think there's not enough, add more. So like I want more on the chin. I'm going to make another crescent in front of the one that we just made. More chin, more puffy cheek. And now I'm satisfied. I'm rounding out the top. That's where her hairline is to me. I've always heard in art advice that you're not supposed to use the little details in the beginning. They could not have been talking about lashes. They just could not have. I won't stand for it. I just feel like it makes you fall in love with your art more. The other thing about me is that I am chaotic. You guys tell me in the comments. Anyway, I changed my mind. I changed my opinion so quickly. So quickly. I cannot be held liable for how fast it changes. I know I said that she was beautiful. I said that I liked this, but guess what? She's no longer big enough, so we're going to replace the chin. Another crescent. Make a U shape. Make it bigger. I want more mass in the cheeks. I'm sorry. This is a tutorial. I don't want you to get confused with all of these lines. I'm erasing because I care for you. You're welcome. Now let's fill some of the lines back in and see where we are. Now we added volume to the head, but we didn't touch the face. Therefore, the proportions are officially off. It's gonna look a little weird. I think that we just have to make the lips bigger. We just need a little bit more lip and we're good. We're golden. I won't lie. I don't want to leave it like this. This doesn't feel like a stopping point, if I'm honest. Also, I want to add hair. Sometimes the hair cuts in and goes over the face. Sometimes the hair frames it. It can accentuate the curves. I don't think that we should just make a head and a face and just leave it like that. I guess we'll just have to do the entire thing. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. I guess we'll have to grab our markers and keep going. Now, the good news is I promise to speed run through a lot of this. I get it. This is a tutorial on how to draw. Why am I busting out my favorite markers? This is an excuse to use my favorite markers. I'm sorry. Also, be real. This color was made for her. She's a honey. Look at her. You know she's a honey. Now, some of you may be asking yourself, why does she color so horribly? It's only the first layer. Imagine worrying about the streaks on your first layer. The second one, that's what melts it all together. That's what brings you harmony. But the first layer, don't go slow. Don't care. Really, don't even concern yourself. Well, now that I think about it, you really just need the outlining part. We don't need this. Or the hair, to be honest. You don't have the hair is just something to throw in there, just to show how it can accentuate the face, how it can frame it. Okay, this was the part I wanted to show you. It's sped up, don't you worry, I got you. There is something about the outlining process that makes it come to life. If we would have stopped at the coal erase, that light green sketch, imagine we stopped there, how unfulfilling. How would you feel? I'd be empty personally, but like I just don't, I couldn't imagine. And you know, this is where the personality shines through. That coal erase was so light. We really could change things if we wanted to. I don't want to. But imagine we did. We could. We'd have that power. And no one could take it from us. She looks wonderful. Truly a vision. Now we're going to ink out the side of the face. If you wanted it to be rounder, this is the final moment. Make it rounder if you must. Do what you must. Now, the rest I don't think we care about. That's not really pertinent to the storyline. We don't need to see. I'll just add in the color real quick. But this color yellow, this light mustard color mixed with this icy, this frosty blue. Gorgeous. So gorgeous. You know, a few more details will not harm us, I promise. If we could just take that base layer of the skin and re-add it to the cheeks, to the nose, perhaps over the eye, under the eyebrow, a little on the neck. How could we not? How could we not? She deserves it. And perhaps a little gel pen, a little white gel pen on the side of her cheeks. Well, don't you want her to glow? Now, to me, those little details make all of the difference. All of it. Now, before I did this, I used to think that my art looked so flat, so 2D. I couldn't stand it, and I didn't know what to do. But a little bit of gel pen goes a long way. I used to use a lot. A little bit goes so much longer. And reapplying that initial base color, because I don't like pink blushes. I don't want to add into the cheeks and make them rosy. I've never been a fan. That's subject to change. Don't you hold me to it. Now, for the second example we were going to do, of course, you make that initial circle. We want the chin, so we're going to make that crescent under it. Split the face in half, and then use your eyeline. Now, between you and me, I would like to start over. I just want a face that faces the other direction. So, initial circle, make the crescent for your jaw, split the face in half, and the eyeline is at the base. I don't know how to explain it. I wanted her to face a different direction. I don't really do correct dimensions, but I know that the nose is directly in between the eyes and the mouth is directly under the nose. So, that's... Now, we need bigger cheeks, of course. So we're going to round those out real quick. You know, I don't think we need to concern ourselves in the beginning about how round it is. Just make them rounder as you go. And I can already tell this woman is gorgeous. I can already tell that she's gorgeous. And I'm going to arch those eyebrows downward. I knew she'd be a treat. She's beautiful. And you know what? Let's just give her a loose wave. Let's just give her that. She could pull off curls. She could. But a loose wave is so romantic. I don't know what it is. There's something about it. It's gorgeous. Now, this would be a great time to erase. But perhaps we don't. Have we considered that we won't do that? Let's just skip to the markers. Skip to the markers. In one of my more recent videos, some of you noticed I like to use markers until they drop dead. We confirm their death, and then we let them go. I love that you guys are noble. You say things like, let that marker retire. Retirement is not an option. How cute. Imagine if we let our markers retire. No, you will die. And then I will allow you to go. Oh, and you rallied together in the comment section and you said, put the marker down. I won't. But I did. And now I've got a new marker, this one. Now this marker appears to be on its last leg. I don't care. I never have. It still has something to give. Therefore, I'm going to take. It's such a beautiful color. It reminds me of the fall. I think of pumpkins. I think of orange swirl. It's a very lovely color. You can't expect me to part with that, can you? Does that sound reasonable? Now, I could talk to you about the outlining process and how good this is turning out, but instead, I want to make it clear. When you fight for justice in my comment sections for these markers, when you yell things like, put it down, let the marker retire, just know that I'm grinning triumphantly. Because the answer is no. Anywho, I always thought that this color goes so well with black. It's just the outline. It's the way that I think that it's very I think it's seductive almost. Now, if you'll remember, I told you in the beginning, I warned you. I said that she's coming. We're going to build this woman together. And I'm going to ask you if you love her. But I can recognize it's not ready yet. She's got no hair color yet. It's going to be black. That color was made for her. But be prepared, because I can tell she's a good one. Now, to me, she gives off playful, but like a little serious in the end. I don't think that she's a jokester. I think she likes to tell things to your face and then laugh about it. Feel free to laugh with her. I think she gives off business owner. Maybe like a tavern. A modern bar wouldn't do it, but something, maybe a restaurant. Now, personally, I love a character that has no children of their own, but they walk down the street, lock eyes with something poor and helpless, pick it up, take it home, and it's theirs now. I feel like she's adopted several people. I'm not even sure the people wanted to be adopted. And I think my favorite thing, wouldn't it be cute? Wouldn't it just be precious if she didn't care about age? So if you're an old man, all your family is gone, you don't know how you're going to pay your bills, she just comes by, swoops you up, grabs your cane. Now she's got a grandpa. Now, just for the sake of decency, right? I like to add a little frizz, a little pattern at the base of her skin, just so it looks like she's not chilling out naked. So I'm thinking that this is like a veil, like some kind of material that comes out of a dress. She seems like the type to wear a dress. It's not practical for it to be bodycon, but it could be mermaid. It could be something showgownish. I'm just not sure. Now, I want to add that black to the eyeline too. I find that black markers, it just hits different. It makes the eyeline thicker than what the pen was already going to do. And then you can build off of that. Now, to finish this look, we got to go back in that original skin color. And don't you fret. We're only going to layer it a little bit. This marker isn't ready for the grave. So we're going to keep using it. Now, we could make her a brown-eyed beauty. We really could. Brown would suit her well. But what about pink? What about pink? I'm going to dilute that with another color, a little bit of blender, because, like, I don't want it to be too pink. Now there's this paler complex in there, and that's nice. A little bit more of the skin tone. We need dimension. This is a capable marker. Don't you worry about it. Dimension or else. Now we're almost finished with this drawing, so I must ask you, do you love her? I think I could make her nosy. I think we could see her again. I would look forward to seeing her again. You can't tell me you feel nothing. Do you feel nothing for her? Adding gel pen to the eyes was genius. It was genius. It fits her so well. Do you feel nothing for her? Oh, don't you worry. I have an ace in my sleeve. I have something that I think would add. Honestly, all amazing characters have it. It's a mole. It's a mole. I think that most of the iconic characters have one, and now she does. And you know what? That was the correct answer. Okay, I'm prepared. I'm prepared to read the comments. If you don't love her, if another character has caught your eye somehow over this beauty, if there was a detail we missed, like a tattoo, if perhaps you thought she should have been a green-eyed baddie, let me know as we start over. Remember that initial circle does not have to be beautiful. If it's not big enough, just add on. Who cares? You're someone who erases. Who cares? Sculpt that chin under. U-shape. Split it in half. At the base is your eye line. This is going to be a sketch. We're not going to draw the entire thing. I think we need more tutorial and less, is this an OC? Look at this pretty marker. I'm having fun. This is a tutorial. My head is in the game. Don't you worry. I'm back. I swear. And that is very unfortunate because her nose is gorgeous. We're going to make the chin a little bit bigger. Remember, the proportions don't necessarily matter because we can change this. This is the sketching stage, babe. If you want a rounder chin, nothing is stopping you from that rounder chin. I do this all the time. The only difference is you can see all of my mistakes under there. Now, I'm keeping things simple. I'm staying basic, but you, my friend, you can deviate. If you think that one of your OCs needs a butt chin, a double chin, if you think that there's lines that should come out to accentuate how big her cheeks are, then you do it. If you think the face is more squished, if you think it's more oval than circle, then that is an idea. You genius. I am only adding the hair to show what could have been if you and I would have continued down this road. I just want to show you a glimpse. What colors would we use? How much gel pen? I don't know. It's a road we won't take. One more example. Get your circle ready. So we're going to find that chin. It's a U shape. Split the face in half. At the base of the split is your eye line. I hope that this tutorial made sense to somebody. Out of all of you, if one person is like, girl, this actually made sense, boom, win. I'm always so nervous that like I'm not being helpful or like, excuse me as I make this jaw bigger. The proportions, they're tricky. You know what I mean? Now, I personally don't think that the eye is dramatic enough. Listen, who am I? But in my world, a dramatic eye is a must. I know not everybody has those lashes, but imagine if we could. Imagine if we did. The power. Now, I am going to add a basic hairstyle. I don't think this is going to be an OC. I'm not trying to make a page turner. I'm not trying to break our necks looking back at her. I just want to see how this will play out. You know what I mean? And because this is our last girl, I'm not even afraid to erase again, solely because I care for you. Don't forget that. Now, in the next video, I probably won't. I don't want to spoil you. Slow down. But for now, that's the least I could do. Especially if you've made it this far in the video, that's whew, the attention span you've got. Drop a cheeseburger emoji in the comments so I can thank you. Now, I am reusing colors. She was built solely for the purpose of this tutorial. When it's over, so is she. So, not to be dramatic, not to be depressing, but I think that we'll do this color, and then we'll use one of the grays that we used earlier. I also like that color scheme. It'll do. Now, a good idea for a video is to use girls like this and spruce up their designs. Imagine if we gave her piercings. I like the snake bites. But above all, I like when people pierce their cheek. That lone piercing that sits on top, especially when they have like those little, the high cheekbones. Very cute. Very, very cute. I switched pens because the first one couldn't hack it. It was weak. And I'm not going to fight on screen with a pen. Off screen, sure. But we're at the end. And if you can't hack it, you gotta go. Now, fun fact, this pen is from my Nana. She used to have a very, very old bank in another state, and somehow it's fallen into my hands. Now, I do believe the term for that is serendipity, right? When good things happen and you're not looking for them. I did end up making a mistake on the jaw. I was trying to outline it, but I didn't stay straight. When this happens, when you have a line you don't like, just thicken the outline. Nobody has to know. This is a stylistic choice. Sometimes I do this on purpose, right? Sometimes it's not a mistake when I just thicken lines. It's just for character. It's to have fun. I won't even lie, I'm not a fan of this current character. Nothing stands out about her. She's no fun. But for the sake of the video, we could just give her black hair. We've done it before. We'll do it again. I'm not afraid. Now that I think of it, I don't think that we have any goth OCs. I don't think we've got anybody in that range. How boring. I wonder why. Do you guys do that? Another ideal video would be to take characters like this and spruce her up in like an accessory, right? We said piercings before. And yeah, I would love to slap a bow on her just for the effect, or a tiara. Something, but that's not what we're here for today. Maybe we will bring her back for one video just to see if we can make her likable. Now, there's always somebody in the comments fighting me, saying things like, I liked her, there's nothing wrong with her. I love being at a difference of opinions with you guys. It's so fun. And I take back my earlier opinion. She would look good with a septum, with a very large bull ring in her nose. Don't tempt me. Don't do that. Don't tempt me. I'm not the biggest fan of the hair color. I find that grays need to be dark. And when they aren't, they need a little push. They need a little bit of help. And perhaps we'll use this blue under the gray. Anything to help this color. It's weird, like you're gonna be dark or you won't. But you're a gray. Pick a side. Personally, I think we're almost done. White gel pen is the last step. It's like polish. It's like a reward. I don't really think that she needs too much of it in the face. It's really the hair that I need to be sold on, and I'm not the best with the light source, right? I don't like to practice art. I should study, but I do not. But I think it would help if we had the light coming from one direction. And I would like if we saw it the most on the hair. The hair needs all the help it can get. I'm a hater for the hair. I just am certified hater. I would like to apologize all that hating, and she turned out beautiful. Plot twist, who would have thought? The power of gel pen. Dare I say we did a good job? Actually, if somebody was prepared to fight me in the comments about her, you win. You're right, she's pretty. I'll see you guys next time.